What's up, guys? And welcome back to the Blitz. To the Blitz. I'm one of your hosts, Elijah Tijero, and I'm here with my co-host,
Elijah.
You know,
In the building.
in the building.
As has been discussed.
It's been a minute, but just pretend it hasn't. We're back now, so, yep.
Yeah, we were actually shooting a documentary with Josh Danke about his whole story with his leg and everything.
Yeah, turns out he's done a lot of crime.
But he's also a great person and a supervillain and whatever else we need him to be.
Yes.
So he's reliable like that.
He's a real one.
That's one thing you can't say about Josh Danke.
And that's the craziest thing about him being a real one. He's artificial.
Dang, he's fictional.
That's what's crazy
He's a
about
fictional
how
one.
real he is. He's so real that even though he's fake, he's real.
I know we haven't gotten into the subject yet, and I know this isn't even like a mainline serious episode, but I need you to take at least 25 seconds to think about what was just said.
And put it in the comments.
Amen.
Are y'all real ones? Amen. Amen.
Amen.
It's a classic, bro.
We can't put that on a button because it's technically stolen.
Yes.
But
Precisely.
They don't know about it.
They don't.
One of the listeners is very good at it. It's very funny.
I have to hear it, bro.
Amen. Anyway, better than me, I think. Ask the question of all time.
I will. Elijah, what are we talking about today? No.
Isaiah, if I'm being honest with you, there's something we need to get to the bottom of. Oh, Lord. Them movies, them cinematic, not masterpieces. No. Oh, no. Christian movies. Oh, Lord. I'm waiting for the whoops that are in here. There's somewhere. Hold on.
It already happened.
Oh. All right, let's cut that off. We're talking about Christian movies. Boom. Boom. What do I mean by Christian movies, Isaiah? What do I mean? I'm putting you on the spot.
Dang. What's a Christian movie?
Y'all cannot see Isaiah right now, but he just leaned back and grabbed his whole face to summon the thoughts of the cosmos.
No, that's the move I was doing when I was talking about. Oh, you're joking. Oh.
They'll have to hear about that another day.
Another day indeed. It's a movie that's Christian, right? I don't know. Typically, when we talk about Christian movies, it's not like the themes are about Christianity or something like that. It's more that the entire production is like a Christian ran production. Like you know, the directors are Christian, the actors are Christian for the most part, I guess.
So when we say Christian movies, we're not talking about the Passion of the Christ.
No. Although technically it's about Christ.
What was that movie about Jesus that was in theaters that actually got pretty big?
Passion of the Christ.
No, it was a different one. It was newer. I just remembered it for the first time. It was like, you know, Netflix retitles stuff with one word, like Green Arrow is just Arrow, and Peter Pan is just Pan.
There was Moses.
Nah, bro, I
Or
don't.
not
remember.
Moses, Noah.
I don't remember what it's called. It was from the perspective of one of the centurions, I think. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what the name of the movie is right now. It was like one of those one-word ones.
Messiah.
Dang it. Shut up.
Jesus.
No, but it's a shortened version. Zus or something.
Sus.
I take back everything I just said, and don't use that against me in
I don't know
court.
what movie you're talking about.
Oh my
bro.
goodness.
I've never even heard
I'm
of
gonna ask
this.
Mom like tomorrow.
She's not gonna know.
She's gonna remember. Anyway, sorry guys. If you were trying to remember with me, thanks. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you just like me.
If you know, put it in the comments.
Hey.
I don't know.
I'll get back to you. I'll put it in the comments if I find it. Anyway, we're not talking about such movies that are about biblical subjects or even characters or whatever. But the main thing about these Christian movies being Christian movies is that it is a well-known detail, very well expressed detail, that the directors and cast are Christian. And I'm saying this on behalf of myself, but maybe it's not even true, but the audience, I think, is meant to be Christian too.
Yeah.
I think they're movies for Christians to watch, for us, by us.
Sometimes for us, by us.
Yeah. Some people know what that is.
Yeah, some people remember when we said that in sync in one of the episodes.
Don't go through the trouble of going to find it,
Yeah,
but
you
if you
got it.
remember it, smile. Anyway, so yes, it's not that these movies are made about Christian things, but for Christians, question mark, by Christians.
Definitely. The latter. That one's guaranteed.
Right. So like what movies? Do you have any examples on the ready?
Facing the Giants.
Boom. Dang it, my phone is dead. I was about to Google the Netflix of Christian movies and read the catalog to see if there are any that I knew off the top.
Courageous.
Okay, look, we will be describing some movies in here. At least I will, that I cannot remember the title of. But I'm going to tell you what's going on to the best of my ability.
Faith Like Potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
War Room.
War Room 2, right?
I don't know. God's Not Dead. 1,
God's
2,
Not Dead.
and 3.
Yep. The simple ones. Like, there was one where there's a family and, like, they switch bodies or something. Yes. And then basically the moral of the story was like they learned what it was like to be in each other's shoes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we finished that one.
Nah.
Yeah, I remember that. We were watching it in Fly.
No, we weren't.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we were. What a weird time.
That's my professional comment on the matter.
Thank you. Time Skippers.
Time Changers.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
That one's good though.
There's a lot more, obviously.
I mean, most of the ones I said are good, but that's because those are the ones that are memorable.
Bro, oh my gosh. What was it called? The Line of Duty or something, where the dude went when he was at war.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're going to break down a few of these and we're going to have a good time on this episode, bro.
Oh Lord.
Just listen closely and picture these movies as we describe them.
To remember
I love that one. I don't remember what his duty calls. What's it called, bro?
I don't know.
My gosh. I can't remember.
War Room.
Okay, so how can we progress through this so we can start describing these movies? Let's start saying stuff that makes sense.
Okay. All of these movies that we've described are Christian movies. Now, in our experience, and it's very unfortunate, but if you go back to episode 2,
right,
and look at the title, look at what we talked about for the first forever. It's a similar concept there, except instead of music, it is now movies. Now, that's not to say that there aren't good movies that are also Christian movies.
Heard.
Far from it.
What?
In fact, there are quite a few good movies that are Christian movies.
What seems to be the problem? Sorry.
Achy bones, your bones.
Your bones are
achy bones.
Hey, achy bones?
My gosh.
That will never be explained for a lot of you,
Nope.
but shout out to the ones who know. We'll stop.
Okay. Like a lot of the ones that we mentioned are actually ones that I personally really enjoy.
Yeah.
They made me cry, some of them.
Dang.
I know. That's real. That's real. Only real movies can extract emotion like that, I guess. I don't know. But there are also a lot of instances, in which the movies are just so unbelievably corny.
So look,
I remember another one.
Uh-oh.
It was called like 5,000 Blankets or something.
Huh?
5,000. Hold on. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. So while Isaiah's looking up 5,000 blankets, hopefully he doesn't actually accidentally order some or something, and he this is $4 billion in debt for 5,000 blankets he just bought on Amazon. Oh no, it really is a movie. I'm okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah, 5,000 blankets.
So while he Googles that, look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I have seen a lot of movies in my time. My movie to lifetime density ratio is probably higher than yours. If you've lived a certain number of years and divide that by the number of movies you've watched or vice versa, my ratio is going to be more dramatic than if I were to do the same equation. Why? I don't know. I've seen a lot of movies. However, with all movies, there are things that can make them good. Just hold it for a second. Hold it for a second. But we have to address whatever is on the screen right now. But in a second. Stop. I'm not reading that yet. I have to talk to listeners. Look, there are things that make any movie good, and there are things that can make any movie bad. Now, a lot of movies out here in the world are bad in the way that they express themes that are unsightly. They have things that are not friendly for children, not friendly for anybody trying to live in innocence and righteousness,
or just normal.
Yeah, they got some crazy, monstrous things on shows and TV and whatever that they be showing. Like, it's not uncommon for people to have like scenes of physical intimacy in a lot of movies these days, and I don't understand that, because I get it as like a plot point. Like, if people do that, I guess that's an important part of their relationship, but like, you don't need to show it or pretend to show it at all. For an extended period of time, watching characters embrace and breathe is like never good for anyone. I don't think anyone
It'd be
enjoys
better
it.
if they weren't breathing. Is that what you're saying?
Anyway, so there's a lot of these things that are not good for Christians or anyone really to watch because of what it puts in your mind, and it really not even necessary. So those things can make movies bad, and here comes the good of Christian movies in that their themes are more pure. Everything is okay to show anyone. It's not going to be offensive or nasty or gross or it's not going to mess you up. Right? Now, besides the moral side of things, not saying that morals aren't important, but I'm moving to a different part of the discussion. There are things that make any movie good and any movie bad. A good plot that makes sense, good pacing, maybe a good soundtrack and good shots, like the camera shots and angles and stuff, and good character development when the characters have depth and their dynamics mean something and they make you think of other themes that are deeper than what you see on the screen. That makes a movie good.
Yeah.
That can exist in a Christian movie,
of course,
as we have spoken about. Courageous.
And we will speak about.
What are the other good ones? I've seen Courageous like 4 times. I don't know the other ones.
Faith Like Potatoes?
I don't remember most of those. But supposedly, yes. All right. All those elements can be included to make a Christian movie good. And they can also make other movies that are not Christian good, high quality movies. And adversely, on the other hand of things, the lack of these qualities can make any movie bad. If they make a bunch of jokes that aren't funny, whether it's a Christian movie or a secular movie, it's just not funny. If the characters don't make any sense, it's not relatable, and you're like, why am I watching this? And it's bad. So, now we've gotten all of that out of the way. I think we're going to do some praising and some hating of movies of a lot of kinds, These are not due to the Christianness or not Christianness of the movies.
It's more about the nature of the movie. 100%.
Had to put that disclaimer out there for y'all.
All right.
Now, look, this was not on the set of planned things to talk about. Isaiah was in the middle of looking for 5,000 blankets and has found something horrendous, which is
hold
a good
on.
example.
First of all, where I found it.
Let's talk about it. Okay. Introduce the platform.
Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Okay, great. He gave up. Sorry.
Who gave up?
My opponent.
If you don't put I have no words, y'all.
All right. Okay. All right.
That's my reaction.
I don't know why my brain was like, my phone blew up.
What?
I was putting it in my pocket. I was like, I missed my pocket.
Gosh.
I missed my pocket. Then you hit the sound of it. I was like, no,
My phone blew up.
I missed.
Yo, please pray for Isaiah. He's really lost it.
I'm really, all right.
That was a good laugh.
I'm very tired. Look.
Why would you be tired at this reasonable hour?
Yeah. 2 p.m.
All right. Yep.
So what I wanted to talk about is this this service for the low price of $6 a month.
Okay. That's like half of competitors, right? Just look it up real quick.
Well,
competitors.
They don't have any competitors.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, they're not competing.
But $6.99 a month, $7 a month, so it's like $1 less.
Oh, that's standard with ads.
There are ads?
That's horrible. Standard is like $16 a month.
Okay.
And you can add an extra member slot for $8
Why on earth would I want
every...
to watch Netflix with ads?
Oh my gosh.
That makes no sense.
Yo.
Are they... You know what's crazy?
What's
Sidebar.
crazy?
Netflix has apparently been losing money since it was invented. They're not profitable. How does that make sense? How are they in debt? What are y'all doing?
That's a great question. Maybe because they keep making all these shows, putting out all these Netflix originals.
That should be giving them bank.
But yeah, because
they don't have to pay anybody else.
Listener, if you're listening, you have access to Spotify or YouTube or whatever you're listening on, Apple Podcasts. You know what Netflix is. Everyone knows. Netflix is a household name. You've probably had Netflix at some point in your life, or at least someone in your home, or at least someone in your family. Why would such a company be broke? I don't know.
It's beyond me. Anyway, let's say you want to watch something, but you don't want to be scrolling through Netflix because Netflix is demonic.
They got... I don't know about... Stop it. Anyway, they got naked people on Netflix.
Yeah, they got Game of Thrones on Netflix. They got Lucifer on Netflix, which is apparently a DC universe.
They have a bunch of those
tie-in.
What? That's weird. They have a bunch of those. If y'all don't know, DC universe is like where Batman and Superman come from, as opposed to like Marvel with Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Correct.
Anyway, what's weird is they have all those shows on Netflix too that are like adult shows with like the weird, crude cartoon styles, and they have all like those just always nasty themes.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know any of them off the dome.
I know a few of them. I promise I ain't watch them.
Big Mouth.
Yep.
That's one. I don't know why I sounded so excited to say Big Mouth. I just remembered it. My brain gave me threw me a bone, and I was like, yes.
I'm sorry that I just blew up y'all's ears. Anyway, all right. Yep. Go ahead.
But let's say, I don't want to watch those things. I need something clean.
Yes.
Consistently.
Yes. You need something clean and what? Like cleansed even? Like
perhaps pure?
Sorry.
Thank you. Then look no further.
Gotta clap it up for that transition.
Then Pure Flix.
Dang.
The Two Thieves?
Okay, so he's on the interface right now. He's scrolling around on PureFlix.
Why I think this was Will Smith.
If you don't wait. Oh, I was about to say it is.
It kinda looks like
it's
him,
the
right?
dude that was the dad in that movie where the girl does the track racing. What's that movie called? Y'all put in the comments.
Yes, PureFlix.
I know that dude has the super jaw. That brother looked like a Tic Tac. All right. Anyway, stop.
This is it's a service in which you can be given all kinds of Christian films.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if Christian is a prerequisite, maybe clean films, but mainly Christian films.
Yeah, I think they do have some films on there that are just clean, but they're not Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But they're mostly Christian. This is true.
Yes.
And usually, even if it's not like a Christian movie, there's like a Christian publisher that's involved with it or something like that.
Yes. But in a service like this, the criteria are that you're Christian and a movie. And you can be on here, bro.
Yes.
Elijah has a story that he will tell later. But first we will go over some of the movies that we have watched that are Christian movies that are of note. Starting with,
do you remember the plot of Courageous pretty well?
sure.
All right, do that one.
Courageous.
Boom.
I was about to say they're firefighters.
I hate you. That's the
That's
one
a different one.
Courageous is the
Saved
one
by
with the,
Fire
with the
or something.
where he was talking and the dude in the car in Spanish and yes. All right, go ahead though.
I'm going to give you a milkshake.
That's how you write a movie, bro. I don't care. It's a good movie, not just because it's Christian. It's a nice movie. It's funny. The jokes are actually funny. The characters are good.
So
Plot
it's
is
very
good.
important. It's about. It's very important. It has good themes, Christian themes.
Yep.
The book.
Oh my goodness,
Bro, I'm losing
he's
it.
tweaking.
The movie starts with a big chase scene, action scene, and it's really good. And then it switches over to some drama with the family. They're going through it. He's dancing with his little daughter or something.
Oh yes, heartfelt moments.
And who knows what might happen next. So it's pretty. What? They might want to watch it.
Well, now they know.
What? No, they
Nothing.
don't.
They don't. They know nothing. Is what I was about to say. Of course. Continue.
Anyway, and it's very good. It goes through a lot of different themes, a lot of real subjects, and brings them to light. It brings up, estrangement from parents, drug abuse, gang affiliation, all these things that are tackled in this movie.
And the relationships between all of those concepts in one community of people who are interconnected and have to try and love each other and see God change their lives.
Yes.
But it's difficult because they're personal. Oh my gosh. You got to watch Courageous.
It is. Courageous is very good.
I got to watch it again now.
Yeah. And Christian movies, they have the potential to do great things. They also have the potential to do what they did to Elijah.
Okay, so look, and this is so sometimes on special days like Father's Day or some other holiday or something, if it's like a Sunday evening service or something, I don't think it's ever on the morning, but sometimes in the evening, we'll like watch some related Christian movie to whatever event or special holiday.
Okay, you're going with this
I'm going
one.
with this one.
I thought we're gonna do the other one later.
Oh yeah, because
Oh my goodness. But yes.
because I have something to say about that genre of movies in the secular sense too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's this Father's Day movie, and there's this family, a happy husband, happy wife, and I think one or two kids, and they're just good. They're happy together. And then the husband has to go off to war, something like that. I might be putting the details wrong, but he's out there for sure on a deployment during a time of war. People are getting blown up. You know, it's messing with his head. He really misses his wife and his kids. He's sending them videos home like, hey, daddy loves you. Everything's going to be okay. I'll be back. And so I haven't seen this movie. I think my first time seeing it was this year or last year, and I don't think I ever watched it again. I've never seen this movie before or since. I've seen it once. And I don't know why I said all that. But, but anyway, shut up. So... Anyway, he misses them, and he's out there, you know, serving, doing his duty as a military man. He gets to spend, I think, some time with his family and then goes back out. I don't remember. But anyway, so he's calling his wife all the time. They're doing well. And then this is what made the movie so strange to me. So... I brought up all this to talk about this one moment in the movie that was hilarious, and I did bust out laughing, and I'm not typically the one to do it, but it was super funny, and I did not mean to be rude, but it was hilarious. So look, right? Their daughter has some kind of like health concern.
Illness.
Yeah, some kind, maybe like asthma or something, and so it's around the October time, I think, and they go to like this...
corn maze.
Yeah, spooky maze with all the, you know, the holiday fun. And she's walking through there by herself, and something happens. She gets lost and she gets nervous or something, and she like can't catch her breath or something like that.
She starts hyperventilating. I think she has asthma.
Right.
She didn't have her extra inhaler or something like that, so she like collapses in the middle of the maze.
Now the dad is over deployed. He's at work. He's thinking about people around him who've gotten blown up. And for the sake of bringing in the Christian themes, like they've been trying to tell him about the Bible in the barracks and stuff. And he's like, shut up. That stuff is crap at first. But anyway, so yeah, he doesn't approve of that at that time because he's going through a hard time out there in the war. But anyway, so yeah, his daughter is having some issues and the mom's back at home with her. And finds her collapsed in this corn maze or wherever she's at and takes her to the hospital. And she's, you know, really worried, like, man, they're saying it's not looking good for our daughter. And, you know, this is a crazy health scare. It happened out of nowhere. I can't believe we weren't watching her. So she calls her husband because he's able to receive calls because he's chilling at the barracks at the moment. And they're talking and she's crying, man, like, hey, husband, you know, our daughter, she's been involved in this, and her health is really not looking good right now. And he's like, oh my gosh, baby, that's so, is she okay? Like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And they're talking, man, and it's such a real moment. And then I don't know what happened. I guess she talked a little too long at this part, or I don't know what, but she's crying and she's telling him more of stuff that's normal to say in this conversation that they're having. And in this scene, bro, he's holding the phone to his ear, as you do, and then he pulls the phone back away from his face, and he was looking super concerned, and then he just looks at the face, he looks at the phone and starts frowning like he's gonna kill the phone. And then it was so in this scene, I'm like, what is happening? Like, why is he having a paradigm shift in the middle of their conversation? So she hasn't stopped talking yet, and she's like, yeah, and you know, it's so bad and whatever. And he was just being caring with her. He puts his mouth back to that phone and says, listen, all right? Not everyone has time for all this. And you know, they just starts like hating on his wife for I don't know what. But it was so random, and that could not happen in real life unless he got possessed.
So peculiar.
I'm sorry for that long explanation, but bro, I busted out laughing. When he pulled that phone back and looked at it, it was over. It looked like a WWE intro.
Bro, it was written so strangely because he's going through it. He's deployed.
Yeah.
I guess they were trying to imply that he was developing post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yep.
But they didn't do a very good job because I was so lost when he got so upset. I'm like, what happened? What changed? And then he gets to go home. And I'm like, this movie was weird, but At least he's he's home. Then he's gonna
Wrapping
fix
up
it with his
nicely.
family.
Yep.
No, he gets back and he's fighting with his wife. I'm like, why is this movie not over? He just came back from warfare. Now he wants to start a war in the kitchen.
That is so deep,
bro. So then there all this arguing, all this fighting, whatever. He runs, he goes somewhere, he's walking around, he ends up at like a wood store or something. He's talking to this guy, and they're like, have you considered talking with a pastor? Something or other. He goes, talks to the pastor, he gets some advice, something. I don't remember all the details. I just remember it all resolved in him building like a treehouse or something. And that saved his marriage. So
moral of the story, if you hate your wife, build a treehouse. Everything will get better.
If you hate your wife, go to war.
If you hate your
Struggle.
wife, if you find
back.
yourself suddenly hating your wife mid-conversation while on the phone to the point of near psychosis, build a treehouse.
Near psychosis. Come back from the war zone. Build a treehouse.
It will be okay.
Talk to a stranger at the wood store.
Yes. So I was talking our whole family last night. Not our whole family. Shout out Israel, bro.
He's boy
out there at college putting in that work.
Laboring.
Everyone else is local, whether it's school or work or whatever. But so we were having dinner last night, and we're talking about books and stuff, and we're talking about fiction versus nonfiction, and I think both are good for their own reasons. But I was like, man, one of the things about nonfiction though that's good is that if somebody does something in a nonfiction story, it really happened. So you can't be like, man, nobody would do that in real life. That's stupid. But in fiction, sometimes if the writer makes a bad choice, they just do unrealistic things. They do things that people wouldn't do. And it makes it really unrelatable when you're reading it. And it makes that part of the book suck. And that's what happened with this movie. Except that was like the climax of the movie. So the whole turning point didn't make any sense. But it was hilarious. So it was okay. But anyway.
So peculiar. All right. We're running
33 minutes in.
We're running low on time. We got all right. We have one more movie we want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I have not watched it. Go quickly, Elijah.
Okay. Quick preface to all of this. Horror movies, I think they mostly stink. They
smell bad.
I've only seen like parts of 2 of them in my whole life, besides this one I'm about to talk about. And I know you're like, what? This conversation is about Christian movies. Just wait. The worst thing about horror movies is actually one of the worst things about these Christian movies is that they're like, okay, our movie has jump scares in it and it causes people's hearts to beat fast. That means the characters do not have to be good or make sense. The events don't have to tie together. The plot can have as many holes in it as we want, as long as it is scary because we make scary movie. That is exactly what's happening with a lot of the Christian movies. And I'm not saying that there's no good Christian movies. We've been over this. There are some great ones. But in some of them, they're like, it doesn't matter if the characters are terrible. It doesn't matter if whatever else is terrible about the movie, as long as it's a vaguely Christian movie and it has that one prayer in it. Isaiah, what's that one prayer like?
Hey, God.
Stop.
I know it's been a while since we've talked, but I really need you right now. Everything has just been going terrible. My life, my marriage, my kids. If you can hear me, God, if you're real.
Yes, yes.
Show me right now.
So look.
And then an angel flies through the window. Bro, I don't understand. They be doing this. It's like, that's too on the nose, guys. Come on now. All right, go ahead, Elijah.
So anyway, yes, if y'all can relate to a movie you've seen. I know maybe some of you guys listening have never seen like a Pure Flix movie. Whether you intend to enjoy it or not, I say you should watch a few. Watch Courageous. I can vouch for that one. And also watch some other ones. So I know you're like, Elijah, what is this about horror movies? Bro, they attempted a Christian horror movie.
Villainous.
Now, what does this mean? They did a really weird sci-fi take on demons. Demons. You're going to make a demon out of me. All right, anyway, ignore what I just said. I don't know what this movie's called, but I watched it with my mom and our brother Israel that we were talking about. And bro, that movie was hilarious. I'll explain it much shorter. There's this lady that was like having these problems and she was like snapping back at everybody and being rude and whatever. And then this other lady was dealing with problems of like her relationships. I think she was thinking of some self-harming ideations, which is not good. And she was in her room late one night, and I don't remember what she was trying to do. Maybe she was about to go to bed. But she's in her in her bedroom, and she's looking at her bed, and the bed's all made and it's nice. And she's just chilling there, thinking about whatever she's thinking about, processing emotions about other things going on in life. And bro, you will not believe a face and like hands and like a female kind of form body, like an imprint comes up from the bed sheets. And so he was like, I don't know, the bed sheets basically like jumped at her and tried to attack her in the shape of a crazy looking woman. It was super wild and didn't make any sense. And then so that was hilarious. We had to pause and talk about that and then press play. And eventually, like, she goes outside and a bunch of people are outside with her. And then she, like, does this super loud sonic scream and has, like, a transformation or something. And then they pray really hard and then everything's okay. I did a terrible job of explaining that. But it was hilarious. I don't know why they tried to make that. I don't know why they tried to make that, but I hope they didn't make more. Moral of the story, good movies are good movies, bad movies are bad movies. I get curious if some people are in the business of making Christian movies for the same reason we said in episode 2, some of these artists are in for making Christian music, is that they know there's a demand for it and they figure it won't be hard to supply it.
Yes, I would hope that's not the case, but I mean, people are people, man. They be taking advantage. But yeah, I don't know. We can't make your conclusions for you. Maybe you love these kinds of movies. Good on you.
To each their own.
I'm glad that someone likes them because they need to be liked in order for them to keep spending money on them. But
okay. Well, that wasn't enough for Netflix, so who knows?
I know. But those are our thoughts. Just something that we wanted to talk about. No real, point. No real, not point, but, there's no conclusion here. It's not like, and now we've tried to convey this.
Right.
Really, it's kind of just, making our thoughts known on something that, a lot of people just kind of either don't know about at all or are all for.
It's true. I think a number of our listeners, look, we got to divide, a 3-way divide. Some of the listeners have seen like 1 or 2. Some of the other listeners have watched a lot of Christian movies. And some of the other listeners did not know this was a thing. And so I'm glad you guys are all hearing about this.
I'm very excited about this. But that is all. And we appreciate you guys so much. If I can find the title of that PTSD movie, I will put it in the comments. I promise. Yes. And we love you guys. Good to be back. We have some things planned. Hopefully they can happen soon.
Yep.
But no promises because It's better not to promise than to break one. So
that's so deep.
No promises.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my.
So thank you guys.
No promises though. That's deep, ain't it? Think about it. So thank you guys.
All right, we love y'all.
Yes, very much.
And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.